By then others will join. Okay, so here I'm sharing the screen of Kahoot, today's Kahoot. Okay. Can you all see my screen, children? Yes?
No, ma'am.
No, not yet. Nothing is visible or can you see this purple color screen has come now? Yes, ready to join? Kahoot app? Yes, enter the code. Can you see my screen, children? Code is
No, ma'am.
visible. 51143 is the code.
No, ma'am, your screen is not visible.
I have shared, my dear. Now you see? 51143 is the code for today's Kahoot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay, enter, join quickly. Very good, Arindam. Yeah, Shreya. Vicky कौन है? Enter your proper names, Vignesh.
Yes, ma'am, it's me,
Yeah,
Vignesh.
Amrita. Yeah, Vamshi. Good, good. Join. Quickly join, children. Only 9 players. Five double one four three is your game pin. Just enter the pin and then you will be redirected to this Kahoot. Right. So now in this we'll have very few questions only, so that yeah, we will continue to learn some more things from the file handling. Okay, children, last week whatever new topic we learned, from there only this quiz will be there. Okay, fine. So, and I'm sharing these Kahoots through Teams as well, so that you will be benefited. Are you all practicing? Hope you are all parallelly writing the notes also. Right, whatever points, new points are there, whatever presentation I'm sharing, and then yeah. Now 10 players are there. This game is open only. Those who are joining late, let them join. Shall we start? Or wait. This waiting irritates me a lot, yeah. See, already 1:12 time. 11 players are there. Come on, quick, children. Anyone else is joining? Yeah, good, good. Adrija joined. What about the others? Okay, shall we start? Now 12 players are there. Those who are joining, they can join because I haven't logged the game. Okay. So now we will, shall we start? Adrija, shall we start?
Yes.
Yes, Aviva, shall we start, ma? Arindam?
Yes, ma'am.
Arindam, can we start,
Yes,
ma?
ma'am, we'll start.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
12
ma'am.
players are there. What about Anshit? Okay, so meanwhile they may be joining through Teams and then they'll come back to the screen, no problem. So let them join if they're joining, okay. So yeah, very good. Pulkit also joined. Now we'll start the game. Even in between also they can keep joining, but they will lose the, they will have their score accordingly, okay. Yeah, okay, let me start. Are you all ready? Okay, only 5 questions for today's quiz. Then we will go to the process of pickling in Python includes conversion of a listing database, conversion of stream into Python object, conversion of Python object hierarchy by stream, conversion of database into table. Okay, conversion of Python object hierarchy into a byte stream. That is the correct answer. See, byte stream means what? It is a file. Okay. So whatever object we are giving, either it is a list or a string or a dictionary or whatever the object we are giving, that can be converted into. And again, that whatever the stream is there, again, if you want to retrieve back into that Python object also, we will use Pickle. Yeah, let's see the scores. Yeah, Nitin is in the top. Yes, Pulkit, Vamshi, Tarakram, Vigi are in the podium. Okay, so now let's go to the next question. You click, children, even if it is wrong also, you click some answer, then you will be, yeah, having score. What are the 2 built-in functions to read a line of text from standard input, which is by default the keyboard? From the keyboard, okay? In general, standard input. Don't be confused with the module standard module or the regular. It is in general. 11th standard, how you are reading. Very good. So raw input in some versions and input in some versions. Very good. So now you can see the score. Taragram is stopping now. Yes. So Nitin, Vamshi, Pulkit, Shreya, good. So now Shreya entered the podium. Let's proceed to the next question. Which of the following statements correctly define pickling in Python? Convert byte stream to Python. Done using serialization. Okay, so all these 3 options are correct, but those who click this one is wrong. That is, third option is wrong. See, it is done using 2 methods to dump and correctly defining pickling in Python is process of converting. Okay, in the pickling we use these methods to do that. Okay, yeah. So now let's go and see the scores. Very good. Nitin again came back. Arindam entered into podium. Very good. Congratulations, Arindam. Yeah, Shreya is in 3rd position. Vamshi in 4th position. Yes, we'll proceed to the next person. Shall we proceed to next question? Yeah, question number 4. What is the correct syntax of open function? Be careful with the space. Very good, children. Both answers are correct. If you see, either you give a name file or you give a file object. Actually, it is a file object only. Okay. So, both are correct. Both will work out in Python. Okay. But next one is file space object is there, which is wrong. Yes, Taragram is on fire. Okay, so Pulkit, Adrija entered into podium. Very good. Vaishnav entered into podium. See, even if you are answering correctly also, children, the time also matters. Who is entering first? Okay. So now let's go to the last question of today's Kahoot. Which of the following functions do you use to write data in a binary format? The binary format. See, okay, see, to dump is the binary format method. Write we use, but it won't work out for all the binary format data or all the binary format objects. Okay, so we are using dump method to write data in the binary format. Okay, clear, children? So now let's go and see the toppers of 3 congratulations. Good. Correct. Now let us see who are in the next position. See, what are all the difficult questions? Which of the following functions do you use to write data in the binary format, children? It is dump method. The process of pickling in Python includes, see, all the, see, conversion of Python object hierarchy into byte stream. Byte stream into, okay. So Python object hierarchy into byte stream it is converting. Okay, fine. So now let's go to, give me feedback. Difficult questions. Feedback on the screen. Yes. Feeling bad. See, come on here. See, you have to, if you are opening your book after the class also, then you will score good. Got it, children? So, if you are noting down, even if it is a virtual class also, if you keep a notebook, your notebook with you, noting down the points, whatever newly you are learning on that day. Why to wait up to the completion of class and then you write? Okay, while learning itself, if you make a note, no, it will retain in your mind for long time. Okay, children. So make a practice of doing that. Okay, so now let me see the complete report. Okay, so I'll be downloading this later. Let us come back to our teams. Okay, children, but before coming to the teams, I just opened and kept ready this revised senior secondary curriculum, that is revised in the revised curriculum in file handling. You can see need for a data file. Recursion is not there, children, now. Got it? Previously recursion was there, but now recursion is not there. So don't worry, but if you have the knowledge of recursion, isn't it? Now, in file handling, need for a data file that we have discussed, types of files, text files, binary files, and CSV files we have discussed, right? Under text files, basic operations on text files we have performed: open, close, using absolute path and relative path, and the mode by mentioning the mode. Reading and manipulation of data from a text file, which we have done. Appending data into a text file also been done. Standard input, output, and error streams. Correct, relative and absolute paths. These and all we have done or not, children? Next, coming to binary file, basic operations on binary file. Open, absolute or relative path mode, close the binary file. So this we have done. Got it, children? So now, today, Pickle module I have introduced in the previous session, that load and dump. Today we will be doing practically also. And then we will be performing operations read, write or create, search, append and update operations in the binary file. Okay, children. So today my focus is on these things. Are you all there with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now today we will be discussing these things: Pickle module methods, load and dump. Okay, so now let me show you. So this is the old textbook which was available in CBSE website. I have downloaded so that this is authentic, children. Okay, though it is having some different syllabus also, wherever our syllabus is there, our topic is there, that if we learn from this book, no, that is authentic. If we follow Sumita Arora, some other books are there, but they can be used as a reference. Okay, children. So then when I searched for this Pickle module from the CBSE published books, I found in this. Okay, computer science. This is the old material, not the revised new material. Got it? But in this, whatever topic we have, that we can go through. Okay, children. Is it clear? Yes. So what is the purpose of Pickle module? Pickle module can be used to store any kind of object in file, as it allows us to store Python objects with their structure. Okay, children. So if you are using just read and write, what will happen? It will be in the format of a string or UTF. Okay, so that textual information. But if you want to have the object with their structure stored in the file, then we are using the module, Pickle module. So for storing data in binary format, what is the module we are using? Which module we are using, children? Can you repeat which module? Today's lesson.
Pickle module, ma'am.
Very good, Pickle module. So can all of you repeat? Only Adrija is repeating. Which module we are about to discuss? Yeah, Pickle module. Pickle module, right? So pickle, na, so it is very yummy, not tasty, right? So the same manner here also it will be it is interesting only. Okay, children. So it is very interesting. If you learn it, no, it is really very much useful for doing your projects and all. Yeah. So before I enter into this, I thought of just sharing with you, yes, this project guidelines also, so that you can keeping little research. You will be doing some little research on that. Now you can see, children, practical list also they have reduced. Okay, in CBSE curriculum, if you go through, there is a reduction. This is the suggested practical list only, but total, how many practicals we should have? Yeah, here you can see how many practicals in the report file. Report file means your record should have 20 Python programs minimum. Okay, out of this, 4 programs should send SQL commands to database and retrieve the result. That is Python program only. Whatever we are doing from the SQL, it should display in Python program. Got it, children? So like that, 4 programs we have to do. So minimum 16 programs, Python programs we have to do apart from these 4 programs. Is it clear, children? Okay, so now then we have a project. So project, just like whatever you have learned in 11th standard, using all those concepts, and whatever you are learning in 12th standard also. Otherwise, even you want to do some game or some other application development, mobile app development using Python, even if it is out of syllabus also, you are encouraged to do so. Got it, children? So that is, you can learn. For learning, sky is the limit, isn't it? So how much ever we learn, there is so much to learn, isn't it, children? So that way you can do even in the Python also. Little portion is included in our syllabus. Beyond that, if you want to learn and do a project, you are encouraged to do. Clear, children? So now let us go to the project guidelines. The aim of class project is to create something that is tangible and useful using Python or Python and SQL connectivity. Okay, so this should be done in groups of 2 to 3 students and should be started by students at least 6 months before the submission deadline. Okay, the aim here is to find a real world problem that is worthwhile to solve. Okay, students are encouraged to visit local business. Now it is not possible due to this pandemic, but observe, you can have, so you must have going to previously to a theater or to a restaurant or to there and all, you would have seen no malls, supermarkets, right? So there and all you would have observed no, that billing system, they are using some software. That way, that simulation you can do. Got it, children? Instead of going to see creating invoices for filing GST claims. Okay, so if you do some real useful project, no, children, that we can even ask our school also to use that project. Got it, children? So this is done by our school students only. This project is like that way you can think over what is the problem. So what we can do for the society. Okay, children. So some
Thinking
online
is easy,
application.
but doing is little difficult.
Sorry, Praveen,
Not Praveen, ma'am. Pawan.
Pavan. Yeah.
Thinking easy है मैम, करना मुश्किल है.
करना इतना मुश्किल नहीं है पवन. In Python it is easy. I'm telling you. See, I was sitting with all the students all these years, right? In 12th standard project, I used to sit with them and they used to make 12th standard project. You must have seen me. Okay, so it is easy, dear. I will help you out. First, know what
will try.
project you want to do. You find out first. Okay, you decide upon that. Okay, children. So then students can do a project that takes the raw data, list of transactions, groups the transactions by category, accounts for the GST tax rates, and creates invoices in the appropriate format. Students can be extremely creative here. Whatever creativity you want to incorporate into your project, you can do that, children. Okay. So they can use a wide variety of Python libraries, not only Pickle. You can use so many other libraries also to create user-friendly applications such as games. You can use Tinker library. You can use Django-based applications. Django is the spelling. Okay. So then software for the school, software for the disabled fellow students, mobile applications. Okay, so you, yeah, I can, these are all the suggestible, right? So some of you can, yeah, come forward, like two to three people can come forward, and we can develop one mobile application for computer science itself. Isn't it, children? Got it. Then it will be beneficial for all of you at the end itself, isn't it? So we can, yeah, at the end for revision, quick revision. Okay. So just like Kahoot, why can't we develop one game using Python for our computer science or any other subject also? Got it? Understood, children. So of course, to do some of these projects, some additional learning is required. This should be encouraged. Students should know how to teach themselves. Google is there with you all, right? So in the palm itself, we can see the heaven, isn't it? So the student should be sensitized to avoid plagiarism. That is, do not copy paste, children. So if you are just copying and pasting, okay, never look for the marks, okay? But if you are just copying and pasting, you may get good marks. But no, you cannot in the long run, no, it is not worthwhile. Whatever you learn, if you are learning at this age, no, see what then for throughout your life also you can able to solve any critical problem also. Okay, not only subject wise, your brain will be tuned. So your hard working everything, no, so will be set in your body. Okay, that alarm will be automatically okay, ringing. Got it, children? So teachers should take necessary measures for this. So these are all the guidelines for your project. So what I want is from you all, let me come back here. Here only I will come to our teams. So in our teams only I will share one form here. You can submit your, what is that? You can submit your project title. What is your problem? Okay, what problem you are going to do? Or who are all your members? Got it, children? So here I am creating. Enter your project title. Okay, so and then, yeah, then I will add So how many students are there here? How many of you are there? 38 now. Isn't it, children? So if you are having three people together, if you are doing also, okay. So 6, 3, 18. Okay, you can have different entries, right? Okay, children. So next. Okay, I will share one form, children, with you all so that you can enter in that form. Clear? Your project title and your abstract of the project. That is what is the actual problem and how you are going to do that. So then you can search in Google also. You can take some help. Okay. So then it will be lively and it will be useful throughout your career. Okay, Akash, Tanvar and Kavya Bhatt are waiting. Why they are using other email ID other than kbhabbal.edu.in? Okay, I'm taking attendance, children. Yeah, now 26 children have joined. Akash, Tanvar also joined. Akash also joined. Ayush has not joined. What happened to Ayush? And Krishnakant has not joined. Pavan, you joined, no? You joined using your Gmail, Pavan.
Ma'am, Nisha, I told Nisha Mohan ma'am about my problem, ma'am.
What is your problem, dear?
Ma'am, I don't know. I got logged out of my Teams app and I'm trying to log in, but it's coming wrong password.
Wrong password is coming. So then you would have asked me, dear. I would have immediately given you new password for that. Okay. So because
Ma'am told
now,
you were busy.
okay. So your new password you want, right, Pavan? Okay. So what happened? Stuck up. So now, as for this syllabus, have you gone through, children, the syllabus? Pavan, Pavan,
Yes,
Pavan,
ma'am.
are you there with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So only you are facing problem, or anyone else in this class is also facing problem?
Don't know, ma'am.
Okay. So I hope this, if 12th is clear, then we can, you can help even the little children, isn't it? Lower classes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so by the end of this class, I'll give you one new password. कि कोई भी अपना password भूल गए तो then you enter that password. First you ask me, I will reset to that only. See, I am writing here KB Hebbal @123. Okay, child. Okay, child. So you try with this password, then you will be able to log in, and then you can reset your password. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Anyone else is facing problem in logging in, children, from this class?
मैम वैष्णव का नाम नहीं चेंज हो रहा।
Sorry?
वैष्णव का नाम रॉन्ग है, एच नहीं है उसमें।
That let me see what can be done. Vaishnav, already you are now logged in, no? I think I cannot edit. Or you only try to edit, no? Once you go to your profile, Vaishnav. जैसे आपने अपना अपना इमेज डाला है ना, so you all have profile pic, no? The same manner, their edit name option is there. Pavan, you can try logging in with this kvhubbal@123 password, then reset your password. Okay, Jay?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, now also you can do. Yeah,
Okay,
I've
ma'am.
done it for you. So now I have taken the attendance here, children. Yeah, it is downloading. Now let us start our today's session.
Ma'am, what's
Today's
the password?
kvhubbal@123. That K is capital.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now yeah, Akash, why Akash has not joined? Akash and Ayush, they are still using Gmail account. Krishnakant, what happened? Yeah, Pavan, I can invite them. Yeah, so remaining all are, yeah, using the KV Habbal only. Only, see, Pradhana also. Pradhana is also guest. Why, ma? Pradhana? Okay, so now let's go to our pickle module. Shall we proceed, children? All of you are there with me?
Ma'am, I have joined.
Good, very good. So now shall we proceed to our today's session, today's lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So by the end of today's session, you will be able to perform operations on binary files using pickle module. Okay. What is a pickle module? Then read and write operations, that is using load method and dump method, loading a string integer, dumping an integer, loading a string, dumping a string, loading a list, dumping a list, loading a dictionary, dumping a dictionary, and then iteration over binary file. So how to traverse through that we will do, read and write operations using a loop. Then insert and append record in the binary file, update record in the binary file using pickle module. Okay, so now what is a pickle module? As we have discussed in the previous class, it provides us the ability to serialize and deserialize objects. That is, to convert objects into byte streams, which can be stored into files and later be used to reconstruct the original objects. Pickle module can be used to store any kind of object in the file, as it allows us to store Python objects with their structure. So for storing data in binary format, we will to use this module in our file handling. First, we should import the module. After importing the module, what are all the functions we are using? As per our syllabus, also two functions are there. What are they? Dump and load. Okay, children. So dump means dumping. Dumping means keeping it over there. So when we are keeping it over there, what does it mean? We are storing into that file. That is similar to write operation. So this will create. Write will create. No. Read will not create any file if it doesn't exist. But write will create a file if it doesn't exist. The same manner, for creation of a binary file, we can use the dump and also to write the object into the binary file. Okay, so but that file should be opened in which mode, children? Binary file should be opened in which mode? What is okay? So now, can you see, children? So now, which access mode is used in for binary file operations? When you are opening a file, you have to mention the access mode, no, children. So which mode we should mention for binary file operations? either RB plus, WB plus, AB plus. Children, got it? These 6 can be used. RB is read-only binary. RB plus is in addition to read binary, you can do write binary also. AB is append binary. AB plus is in addition to appending, you can perform read-write operations on the binary file. Got it, children? Are you all there with me? Or any technical problem? Are you all there with me, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I joined
25.
with school
ma'am.
email, ma'am.
Sorry?
I joined with the school email.
Very good, very good. So now Pradhana and Kavya is also using some different email. Kavya, any problem dear in logging in? Okay. So if you have any problem, you can ask me. Now, yeah, let us proceed. Which access mode we should use for binary files, children? Which access mode we should use for binary files? Just repeat after me, no? See, now only I told you people, right? Which access mode? RB plus, WB plus, AB plus. Got it, children? R for read, B for binary. So RB is read binary, read only. Got it? RB plus is in addition to read, you can perform write operation also. Next is write operation. So write WB plus. So WB plus is in addition to write, you can do read also. AB is append. Append means insertion at the end. In addition to appending, we can do write and read if it is AB plus. Got it, children? Is it clear? So now can you tell me what are all the operations that we can, what are the access modes on binary files? Tarak Ram?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you just repeat all the access modes just now I gave for binary files?
RB plus,
Very good.
W plus,
WB plus, yes.
W plus,
One more? Two more are there.
AB plus.
Very good, very good. Srishti, can you repeat, ma? Srishti, are you there, child? Srishti, you can unmute yourself and speak. Snehil, what happened? You can't hear me. Snehil, check your device settings. Check your speaker. Okay, ma? Mic isn't working. Okay. Okay, fine. So then you can text me. So Srishti, what are all the access modes? Those whose mic is having problem, then you can text here. Okay. Shruti. Yeah, RB plus 2 modes, then WB plus, very good. Got it, children? सबको समझ में आ गया ना? What are the access modes for binary files? Now let's proceed to our next slide, that is Pickle module. Okay, so in the Pickle module, what are the operations we are learning? Dump and load. Clear, children? So dump is for what? For writing. Load is for what? For reading. Got it? So what is the syntax? So when you are dumping, okay. So dump, what is the file name? That is which object you are dumping. You have created an object, either dictionary or some list you have created. So that object and then the file object name. That is the syntax of dump. Coming to load will return, because load means we are reading. Once we read it into our program, it will return. So where is that? We can assign it to another variable, right? Another object. Clear, children? So we are loading into an object. So from where you are loading, from which file you are loading. So load the from that file object. Okay. So file object is a parameter for load, and it will return an object. Clear? So now let us come back, let us go forth and see in detail dump. Okay, so what is the purpose of dump? To write into the file, write an object data into the file. It takes 3 parameters. That is, first one is the object, and second one is the in which mode that file object, which is opened in WB mode or WB plus mode, where we can perform write operation. Okay, children. So next one is key value argument. So which defines the protocol. That is by default also that will take. Okay, so that don't worry. Now coming to load operation, it is used to retrieve pickled data. The primary argument of pickled data function is load function is file object. Okay, so that where do we get the file object? Once we write initially file equal to open, when we are writing, right, that file equal to what we have written, open we have written, no. So that file only is the file object. Got it, children? So that file must be opened in RB mode, that is read mode, even if it is plus mode, WB plus or RB plus or AB plus, but read operation should be allowed, no, that mode only we can apply load. Clear, children? So now let's go forth and see one example. Okay, so first, what is the first step here? In this program, if you just observe, what is the first step here? What is the primary prerequisite for performing operations on binary files using Pickle? We have to import Pickle, isn't it, children? Because it is not a standard module, it is some different module, isn't it? Like it is not sys module. Okay, so we have to import that Pickle module. In that Pickle module, so we have to apply dump and load. So for dump and load, we need our file name, isn't it? So where do we get that file object? By opening a file within the respective corresponding mode. So first, if you open a file, suppose any file extension can be there. Got it, children? So any file extension can be there. So in which mode we are opening? First, we are opening in the write mode. If the file doesn't exist, it will create. Okay, so now I'm entering one integer, okay, and then one string, and then one list. Okay, so now, okay, children. So now, yeah, so now what do? We will be dumping that integer into the file. So what is this my int? It is the object name. Which object you want to write into the file? Where do we want to write? Into the output file we want to write. What is that output file? In the D drive, a.bin is the output file. Got it, children? So now, if you are dumping my string in the output file, so now what will happen? This string will be written into the output file. That is D drive, a.bin is the output file. Now, again, we are dumping my list. So it will be dumping that list, Python, SQL, MySQL will be written into the output file. Next one, dictionary. See, name ABC, job XYZ. Okay, one dictionary. So in this, key is name, value is ABC. Job is key and XYZ is value, key value. Got it? So now this dictionary, as it is, it will be stored into the file if we are using a dump. Okay, when we are used to, when we have to call dump, how do we call? Where is that? In the Pickle module. So pickle.dump we have to use. Are you following, children? So now close the output file. Because this is opened only in write mode, we cannot perform read operation from there. So again, you open the same file for reading purpose. Okay, children. So now when you open the file for read purpose, then what we can do? We can load contents. We can retrieve contents from the file. So by applying load method. Now what do? We will be loading the input file, right? So and then if you want to retrieve only integer, take into one integer. Okay, so what is the first content? Integer, isn't it? So first content, first object we are retrieving. So we should know what object we have placed into the file. Then only in the same format we can retrieve. Are you following, children? So my int equal to pickle.load input file. My string equal to, so next one is, what is the next one? You need not use the same variable name. Another name is also, another identifiers also we can use. But first one is integer. So first, whenever you retrieve from the file, whatever you load from the file, one integer is retrieved. Next one you are retrieving, what will be received? What can we read? We can read one string. Okay, children, are you all there with me? Next one is, once you are retrieving once again you are performing read operation, that is load operation. And what do we get? Next one is listener. Okay, we have inserted next list, right? So we will get a list. Next one is we have inserted one dictionary. So we will get a dictionary. After reading that, we can display on the console and you can see. Now let me show you how does it work using our idle environment. Right? So here is my coding. Okay. So now first, I don't want to do all these things together. So first let me do only an integer. Let me open another file which is having only integer. Okay, first let us do one by one. Okay, so now let us go to my integer, right? Pickle int. So read an integer, write into the file one integer and read from the file. Got it, children? So now what do I do? So input file, only integer I want to read. Yes, I want to display my integer is, what is that integer? Got it, children? So here you can use any name, output file. Instead of output file, if I am using f out. Okay, so here what should I do? F out. Okay, so here what my int, can I use int here, children? Pulkit, are you there? Can I use int here? 42 is the input, suppose. Okay, so think that 42 is my number input to the file. Okay, so can I use int here? Can anyone tell me? Can I use int here? Can you all see the screen, children? Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, fine. Can I use int here? Someone answer quickly.
No, ma'am.
No. Yes, very good. Why? Why can't I use int here? Your answer is correct, but can you give me reason? This is our first chapter, isn't it? Why? Int is a keyword, isn't it, children? Int is data type, isn't it? So that cannot be used as a name. Got it? So that is the reason you give some other name. Some I is equal to 42. Okay. So then what when you are dumping also, what should I use? I comma effort. Got it, children? समझ में आ रहे हैं? So then what is the output file name? F out. F out को close करेंगे. ठीक है? So that is because I opened only in WB mode. Then open a separate file for reading from the, open a separate file object for reading from the a.bin. Okay, now read operation we are performing. So I opened that file and I loaded from fin. Okay, so from fin, I'll be reading that integer value into my int and my int is displayed. Now what is the file name which is to be closed? fin. Clear, children? So you can give any names, but not the keywords as names, not the data types as names. Got it, children? Now you can see my int is how much? 42. Again, so whatever input I have given. Suppose if you want to take input from the console, what do we do? Convert that in enter a number. Number to write into where do we write? Into binary file. Clear, children? So now you can see. So now whatever number I give, that will be entered into the file. So now what is the integer? My int is 45. Suppose, see, where is that stored? In the D drive, isn't it, children? Where is the path I have given there? in the D drive. What is the file name? A.bin. Okay. So what is that file name? A.bin. You can see, children? Can you see? Okay. So which format? CP1252. So you can see, what can you see here, children? If you open that binary file and see, is it 45? Can you all observe my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So when you open that file, that is what is that A.bin, and if you see that content, you will see some different format only, because as it is an integer, it is not a textual information. It is not a string. It is not a collection of alphabets, right? As it has its own format, how it has to be stored in the memory, in the same manner it will be retrieved. Got it, children? So if you open the file and see, the content is something different format. Got it? So that is the reason we should use different module to use to retrieve, that is to read from the file, that binary content. Is it clear, children? What is the difference between binary content and textual content? Okay, so in the previous class, when we have entered Namaskar Bachcho, in the same format we could retrieve, because it is a textual information. It is only a string. Are you following, children? But whenever we are dealing with other objects, how they were stored in the file, in the same manner we should retrieve. Okay, so that is the reason we are using a different module Pickle, and we are using the functions dump and load. Clear, children? Have you all understood? So now shall we proceed to read one string, one integer and one string? Okay, children? Yeah, let me go to string. Okay, so now see here, only one integer and one string if you are doing, what will happen? Okay, I don't want to do the list and dictionary now itself. So now I'll be doing only one integer. Now we have seen integer how to do, and then one string we will do. So now let me execute. Got it? So what is the integer I have given? 42. What is the string I have given? Okay, so Python is interesting, I'll give. Okay, so Python is interesting. Right. So now you can see Python is interesting. Yes, you can see. Now let us execute and see. Got it, children? So my integer is 42. My string is Python is interesting. Got it? So, but if you open that file and see, now let us open that file and see A.bin in the D drive. What can you see, children? Only string you can see in the proper format, but the previous thing is in different format. So for every type of object, that when you open in your file and see, suppose if you are opening a docs file in notepad, what will happen? The same thing will happen, isn't it? That format will change. So that is the reason, as it was stored in the some format, in the same format, if you want to retrieve data, so we have to use load and dump. Clear, children? Load is for retrieving information, dump is to pushing information into the file, writing information into the file. Is it clear to all of you? Now let's proceed with the inserting one list also. Let me show you. Yeah, now one integer, one list and one dictionary. Got it, children? So how I have entered the same manner. Now if you open your D drive, in the D drive, what is that file name? What is that file name? Kumari is not there. Now you can see. So a string to आपको दिख रहा है. Next, what is that? Some different symbols you can see. Got it, children? So how it is being written into the text file. Got it? So that is the reason. But when you retrieve it, you will get the proper way. So if you are changing, even if you are just pressing some space in that, content will be disturbed. Got it, children? So that is the reason we have to be careful with binary files, and we should use appropriate module to dump and load. Is it clear to everyone? Have you all understood? Children, dump and load, any doubts? Dump and load, any doubts? Dump and load, any doubts, children? Am I audible to you all? No doubts. Or no, ma'am. I'm not audible to you, Shruti? Or no doubts?
Yes, audible, ma'am.
Yeah. So any doubts in dump and load, children? Dumping and loading any kind of data.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, if we do the all operations my int, my string in one file only, ma'am, then it will be overwritten if we use dump.
No, it is not overwritten. You can see, no. It is appended, right? So now let me once again show you here. It is not overwritten. Okay. See, now here we stopped here. Na? From there it is continuing, isn't it? Once you close and start also, you see, now I'll open that. Yeah. Let me open. Yeah. A dot dump bin. I'll just delete this one. Okay, now again freshly we will see. Let me execute this. Python is interesting. Only two things are there in this file. Okay, now let me open another file. Which one is that? Yeah, dictionary wala open kar lenge, okay? So now let me, yeah. Python pickling in file handling, so that yeah, when at least one value is different, you will be able to see the difference. Okay, right? So now let us open the file. Yes. No need of opening the file also. Now you see when I retrieved. Okay, so in this same context, once the file is closed, no child. Got it, ma'am? So in the previous, here we have done read operation, isn't it? Here one integer and one string. Okay. Now when I open freshly, this is in not in plus mode. So write mode. Where is the file pointer?
It will be after that, ma'am, after the end of my string. Whatever we are writing at the end.
Okay. Is it? It is not in the append mode, no? If
Ma'am,
it
in the
is,
starting, it is in the starting only, the file pointer. After writing, it is in the end.
yeah, after writing it is at the end. Now at this point, where is the cursor?
It
In
is at
A
the
dot.
starting of the file, ma'am.
Very good, very good. Yes, you are right. So now from there, now I have written 42. Okay, ma'am? So now then from there, after 42, it is writing Python pickling. Got it, Jay? So now, yeah. So now just all these values are written. When you started dumping, now first cursor is at the my beginning. So it will write integer. After that cursor is still at the end of that integer. So again we dumped. Then from there that string is entered. From there list is entered. From there dictionary is entered. So now file is closed. Now once I open the file in the input mode, that is RB. Now where is the cursor? Beginning, isn't it? So beginning means now what is the beginning? 42, no? Clear,
Yes,
ma'am?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
So now when you are loading, yeah,
if we
42.
perform the same operation on text file like
Yeah,
file
yeah.
dot write, then
So
it will be
that's,
overwritten.
yes. same modes only. Okay, if you are using whatever the mode, accordingly the file pointer will be there in that file. Okay, child. So if you want to override something, if you want to change the integer value, how do we do that? Already we have written, right? Now if you want to modify that content, okay, so then what do we do? First we have to read it. So if it is, okay, suppose if my integer is less than 40 or greater than 40, then change the value and write back into the file. Okay, if the question is file contents are already there with you. Now read the file content, check to see if a particular student has got secured less than greater than 40 marks, change his marks to 80, something like that. So now my integer value, I have to change it to 80 and overwrite in the same file. How do I do that? So then what should I do?
Mom, you have to dump it in the file again.
If I'm dumping it, where it will be dumped? Okay, now let me take this as RB plus. Okay, ma'am. So now where I'll dump pickle dot, okay, dump. If I write my int, where it will be dumped?
Nowhere, ma'am, because it is not
Nowhere,
mentioned.
no. It will be dumped. Now RB plus, no. Got it? In addition to reading, I can do writing also. Got it,
Yes,
Chair?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I can do writing as well because this mode plays a vital role in file handling. That is the reason every Kahoot I am including at least one question and modes. Okay. So see now I can do dump also. Yes. Now my int is changed. If I retrieve now one more value I have to retrieve, isn't it? So now some integer is equal to pickle dot load. Load, what is that? Input file, from the input file. Okay, so once I have loaded that, if I display updated value, now just final or ending value, end value I'll write. So that will be appropriate. What is that end value? End value equal to percentage because it is integer. You can okay, yeah. So end value is what is that? I, isn't it? Okay, ma. So now let me execute and show you. Okay. So dump should take two parameters, isn't it? So here in which file? Here input file only is available, isn't it? In this code fragment. Because output file already we have closed. Invalid load key. What happened? My int is yeah, pickle dot load input file. So one more we have added, right? Dump here. Okay, so let me remove here. This we are doing here. After the my int is greater than 80, so now we dump my int into the input file. Now load that into I and display the type. Ran out of input. So let me type my input. My int equal to input file. What is it? Ran out of input. Okay, first we write also then into 7. Load. Okay, it is giving some error. But also, okay, so let me explain. Okay, so here when you open a file in both modes, first we can perform write operation, and in addition to write we can read. So first let us do this one. Yeah, but without reading that, how do we do? So it should be read. First read operation and then write operation. Nice. But anyway, so let us try to, yeah, where is the mistake? I'll tell you, children. So now let us see what is the problem here. Yeah. So once cursor is opened in either WB mode or read B mode also, read binary also, cursor will be at the beginning. So previously also we have written some content into the file, but that will be overwritten because once the file is closed, now which mode you are opening, accordingly file pointer will be at that particular location. Are you following, children? That much is clear?
Yes, ma'am. That much is
Yeah.
clear.
Okay. So now when you want to traverse through the binary file using Pickle module, see the same thing. See, we have written contents into the file, same manner we can dump, close that file. Now open in the read mode. Instead of reading every object into one, we do not know how many objects are there, or we do not know what are their types also, isn't it, child? So once the file is having different collection of objects in that file, so then how do we do read operation on the binary file? Just take a loop, okay? So pickle dot load, okay? So with the file name, then one object is retrieved, print that object. Then continue in that loop till the file has contents. Okay, so next it will read the next object and it will continue. Next it will read the next object and it will continue. If at all there is any runtime error like this ran out of this thing, no? So then it will display the exception. That is end of file error or something. So then we will break the loop and close the file. Got it, child? So now let me execute and show you this coding. Okay. Okay, children. So now instead of see here too we have given 4-5 objects. Sometimes so many objects may be there. There may be see suppose 42 children, for 38 children, 38 student leaders are there. That is one roll number, one name, and then one marks statement. That is list of marks, and then some other dictionary is also there. So for every child we have entered into the file like an Excel sheet. Okay, so this collection of objects are there. Then I want to retrieve all the objects and see. So I cannot do again reading one object, right? So when different types of objects are there, multiple objects are there on the file, what we can do is we can traverse through the file by using a while loop. Okay, so this is nothing, this is similar to F equal to open, this one in the RB mode and then do one while loop. So now let us see the output of this. Yeah, here I will get error. What is this? Iteration of read binary. Pickle, no? Right, here what is the error? Yes, this is the error expected error. I copied and pasted, no? Right, let us execute now. Yes, now you can see whatever the data 42, next data Python programming for class 12. So what is the next data? Python, SQL, MySQL. And what is the next data? Name, ABC, job, XYZ. What is the next data? So like that we will get the, see. Got it, children? So 42 Python, then list dictionary. So now output file is closed. Now from the beginning when we are reading, first one is the 42. Yes. Then Python, SQL, MySQL. Then ABC, XYZ. Got it, children? So this way also we can read from the file. Any doubt here? So instead of writing like this, what we can do is F equal to open okay. Now as long as it is true, that is an infinite loop. So definitely we have to give a break somewhere. So here are equal to okay, fine, children. So now you can see the exception. Okay, now let us, yeah, let me see. Here I'll write one print statement. From here, using the loop. Okay. You can see, children. So whatever the input given to the file. So 42 we got. What is the next data? Python programming for class 12. What is the next data? Python SQL, MySQL in the format of a list. Okay. So then what is the next data? Dictionary. So as it is, whatever we have given in code, we got it or not? But in the format of objects. Got it, children? As it is, that object. So this way also we can perform read operation till the end of file. Okay. Are you following? Similarly, see, if you want to insert, append in binary file using Pickle module, you create the dictionary record and then open the file, then pickle.dump, whatever you want to insert and the file name. Got it, children? So if you want to insert or append record, which mode we have to open? Append mode, append binary mode. Clear? So I think, yeah. So then if you want to read, RB mode we have to use. Just now I have shown you now. So then if you want to search for a record, so if it is so and so, okay, then display the corresponding values. Got it, children? So here we have created a record of students, roll number, name, marks. Got it? So now we have multiple records written. Okay, think that all the students' details are there. So somewhere by mistake I have entered marks or name wrongly. Then I have to correct it. No. For correction first, what should I do? I have to search for it. So what do? Take a loop, read one record at a time. Okay. So then within that record, you check whether, okay, if that value of that record's roll number is so and so, then print that particular roll number details. Is it clear, children? Are you all there with me? People are not speaking means what do I understand? Are you all there with me, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yes?
Yes,
Are you all
ma'am.
following what am I explaining? Appending a record into a binary file. How do we append? See, for example, you wanted to make a dictionary and add to your file. Okay. Now let me take, see, you want to create one record, that is one roll number, one name, marks. So this is one dictionary. Got it, children? So roll number, name, marks we are taking from the console and just we have created. And how do I write into a file? Tell me. How do I write into a file? Suppose if I have to enter all the 38 students' details. So in which mode I have to do? In which mode I have to open file? Which file you want to write? Okay. So what is the file name? Student data dot dat. Okay, some extension. Right. Then which mode I should open, children, to write that content? Write binary or read binary or append binary. Which mode? For writing contents into file, which mode should I open, children? Are you all there with me? Yeah, please answer, children. Which mode? Either we can use write mode or we can use append mode. So in both the cases, writing will take place, but in write mode, it will override. That is, from the beginning, always the cursor will be, file pointer will be pointing to the beginning. In append mode, file pointer is pointing to the ending of the content. So then, what do we do? After file is opened, so what is the then record we want to write? REC, that is one roll number, one name, one marks. Then we will close. Got it, children? First we create the dictionary. Yeah. Dictionary we are creating. Okay. So now you see enter roll number 15. Okay. Enter name. So then enter marks. Okay, some 85 I entered. Pickle is not defined. Yeah, what is the error here? Pickle is not defined. How do I rectify? What is the first step?
Import pickle, ma'am.
Very good. Import pickle. Yes. So now you can see enter roll number. What is the roll number? 15. I'm entering my name. Okay. And then I'm entering marks. Okay. So F is not defined. What is the file name? We have file object name F out. Here what should be closed? F out. Let me close here. Yes, let me show you once again. So enter roll number 15, name, okay, marks. It is entered or not? Now, how do I retrieve and see from this file from this, what is that file name? Student dat, stu.dat. Okay. So what should I do? I will save as, I have to retrieve from that file. So this is read operation. Okay. So now I will not take any of these variables. Now already I have created a dictionary. So then I just want to read from that file. So now my input file is, what is that? In which mode I have to open to read mode. And then what should I do, children? As long as the file exists, while F, okay, or while true, okay. So what should I do? I have to read one object. Some object name is equal to pickle dot load. Load will take only one parameter. What is that? File name. And then, okay. So this one, if you are putting into try catch block, if at all we reach to the end of the file, then what we can do? We can break the loop. Watch it. So except EOF error. Okay, break and then finally close that file. What is the file object here? fin. So fin को close करना, ठीक है? So understood. Now let me execute. What is that error here? True, yes. So try this one we are trying. After loading, we'll just print A to see whether that object is printed or not. So whenever there is an exception, that exception is runtime error. Yes, so break. If error, end of file error aa gaya to break the loop and come out and then execute the close operation. Right. So now let us execute. What is this error? Yeah, there is no error. Now you can see, children, whatever the content that was there in that file, stu dat. Okay, that is retrieved, like that dictionary is retrieved. Is it clear to you all? Got it, children? So we can take a loop and repeatedly, if there are so many records. Now let me show you how to, yeah, so one more record I'll read. This one is R wala then this will come. Yeah, so here, this is which mode I have opened? WB mode. So now let me open it in append mode so that when multiple records I can enter. So enter roll number 1. Okay. So ABC, some A. Okay, marks, some 56. I entered. Clear, children? So now once again I'll execute this function. Yeah, 2. So BBB I'm entering. So some 76 are the marks. Got it, children? So now once again if I'm entering. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So now let us read from the file. How do I do that? I have given the file name R, right? So this function, just I'm not doing anything. Now it will read all the objects stored in, all the records stored in that file. What is, children? Why? Because it is AB mode, append mode. So previous content is there. In addition to that, whatever now I have entered as input, that and all is added. Is it clear, children? Did you all understand? Did you get my point? Now let me take attendance. Yeah. 21 only are there. Why? What happened to Akash, Ayush, Krishnakant, Srishti? What happened to you? Why is Srishti left? Okay. So anyway, now is it clear to you, Mamshi? Amruta, Shruti, Shreya, Pavan, Tarakra, unmute yourselves and speak.
Yes, ma'am.
children. Yes. So is it clear to you all? See, now I have shown you one separate read file and one separate write file. So using this write file, I have created the dictionary of students. Okay. So multiple students का details entry किया. Once again I am entering. One more roll number 3 का entry करना. ठीक है? So name is something. Okay. So marks some 87. So now if you open that read operation, if you take a loop, children. So if you are using a loop, what is the advantage I am showing? So now if you take a loop, we do not know how many records are there, but all records can be retrieved. You can see. Can you see, children? So this is the advantage of iteration over a file. Got it? So repeatedly. The same thing we can do on the write operation also. Take a look how many you want, how many records you want to enter for the check. So this way you can develop a project. Got it, children? So you can develop a student database similar to this. And then when you, this is first you do like this Python program, and then you can, whatever been written into the file, so you can store that into your database file, SQL file. Got it, children? So that database connectivity once we learn, so if your file is ready with this kind of information, then immediately we can switch over to database connectivity. समझ में आ रहा है ना? What is, children? So iteration over binary file. Hope you all understood. And then append mode also we have done. Right. So and then after append mode we have read from the binary file using Pickle module. And then if a particular number is found in that file, Okay, so then you display only that particular content. I don't want all this information. Only in the read file, only required student details only. Okay, save as, so read operation or search operation. Okay, so now if I'm reading it without printing, if so A is a dictionary, A's value roll number is, in the dictionary we have roll number, isn't it? Key is roll number. So if the roll number is equal to 1, okay, only display that particular data. Okay, children. So now how do we do that? So A is a dictionary. We know we have created a dictionary. So here, if you go to that read file, right file, you can see only, see roll number is the key. Yeah, roll number, this is the key, right? And then name is the another key. So now based on the roll number we are searching. So whatever key you have given, based on that key you check if the roll number 1 is there, then display only those details. Okay, so if roll number is 1, 1 is number, isn't it? Integer. Okay, children. Now you can see, got it. So even we have hundreds of records in the file, but with this much simple coding in Python, we can search those many contents, isn't it, children? Are you following? So today what all we learned? Reading, writing, that is using pickle.dump, pickle.load. And then what did we do? We have appended also content. See, right. We have appended content into the file by using a dictionary, that is separate from the console only. We are entering the value, roll number, name, marks, created one dictionary, REC, and we started appending it. So as many times as you execute this program, appending means we will be adding to that file only. So it will be added. But when I want to see the content of that file, I don't want all the content. Then what do? I'll perform one search operation. So when you are searching for that, so just take a loop on that. Read every object. One object is read and check its roll number is 1 or not. So if it is matching with the requirement with your criteria, then display that content. Got it, children? So this is how we can search content on a binary file using Pickle module. Okay, so if you open that binary file, what is that student.dat? No. So if you open that and see, you will not be able to trace out what is that information. Got it, children? Because it is a dictionary and it will be stored in a different format. You can see. Got it? Are you able to see? So that is the reason whatever the object is there, in that format only it has to be opened. For that reason we use Pickle module. Is it clear, children? Right? So we practicing, next quiz will be on these things. So then in the next class I will show you how to delete a record. That is, see, once we have to search for that. So if it is actually there is no direct delete method from the Pickle module. Okay, in the files, what do we do? So if a particular record is found, okay, so skip that one, that is continue with the next record reading, and then write that record into the file wherever you want. Okay, so one more duplicate copy of the file will make, like student.dat is there. So now what all content you are writing into student.dat, wherever this matching record is not there, that only you will write. If it is matching, then read the next record. Got it, children? That way what will happen? Whatever to be deleted, it can be deleted. Are you understanding, children? Okay, so here I stop here. So then next class we will be continuing the remaining things, right? So insertion we have done, search we have done. Wherever you want to, in between if you want to insert, okay, in between if you want to update, how do we do that? And delete. So all these things, this is just once for one final summary. Okay, so how do we insert a record? You have created a record and then open that file and dump. Then how do we read the records? Take a loop and every record you can load and then print all those details. Okay, children. So next, how do we search for a record? So how do we search for a record? By using, see, if loop only, the record is matching with a particular criteria. So wherever one is there or whatever the input you have given, then take that. So then update, how do we do that? So wherever, see, update that particular record we have read, and then so you will be appending that record to the record list. You can create one record list, and if you want to add it to that record list, so you can add it. Or one more record if you want to append, create a list and start appending to that. Okay, children. And then finally dump this record list to the file. Okay, so and then how do we delete a record? Delete a record is actually there is no direct delete function. So we will be creating a list. Wherever we wanted that record to be added, we will append to that list. And wherever we don't want that record, we will not append to that list. See, wherever matching is there, we will not add to that. We will not dump it. But wherever matching is not there, that we will be dumping. That way, so that record will be disappearing from the file. Is it clear, children? So this is a complete program. As I have created everything as a definition here, I can altogether work like a menu-driven program. If choice is 0, so break, nothing to do. If choice is 1, insert record. Choice is 2, display record. Choice is 3, search. 4, update. 5, delete record. So this way you can do one project also, children. Okay, children. So is it clear? So this is very, very important. Today I finished all the Pickle module, whatever is there in our syllabus. Insert, delete, search, update, read and write operations. Okay, children? Can we wind up here? Any doubts here? Do you have any doubts, children? Yes?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, in the first program,
Yes, ma'am.
there was my int, my string, and that one. Can you open once, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And here in the last line, we are doing print my int percentage s percentage my int. What is the use of that, ma'am?
Yeah, actually, in older versions of even C language also, for strings and all, see what value is to be displayed in this location. Okay, so percentage s is to indicate that for a particular variable, it is of a particular variable. Got it, ma'am? So generally, it is not a variable, whatever other than this, isn't it? So when you want to get data from a particular variable, this is my int is a variable, isn't it? So when you are displaying the value of a particular variable, in general we used to use a percentage s or percentage d, percentage f, d for integers, s for string, f for float, like that we used to use in C language. Okay, now the same structure is followed in Python also. Percentage s is indicating that it is a value from a variable. That value is provided next after the end of this. Okay, so it is not separated by comma, you can see. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Got
Ma'am,
it?
so now directly we can write print my int.
So that's what other option also. Sometimes, when you are searching in the net, you may be finding this one, and you may be, ma'am ne humko ye bataya nahi karke, you may feel, that's what I just experimented and shown you. Okay, so then you should not be tensed up by seeing this statement. No, no, this is not correct. You cannot say no. That is the thing. Okay. So that way also you can write, and this is also we can use.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, children. So I'll wind up here. I'll be sharing all these files in the Teams and that Kahoot also. Keep practicing, and we will be having in the next session on this entire presentation Kahoot. Okay, till then, bye bye. Take care. Good chatting.
Bye, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
somebody.
you, ma'am.
Okay, children. Yeah, you can leave. It is 2:35, 2:40. 1 to 2:30 is the class. Yeah. If you're having any doubts also, children, during daytime once, around from 10:30, I'll keep open these Teams only. So you can ring, call through this Teams also. Yeah, you can chat in the Teams also if you have any doubts. Okay, ma'am. Hope everything is clear. Sai, Durga, Sai, Lakshman, yes. So I think you can leave. Then I leave. Okay, children. Sai, you haven't left the meeting. Durga Sai, you are still in the meeting. Durga Sai, you can leave, ma, by clicking on this red button. Okay, hang up. Okay, children. Yes, ma. Any doubt? Durga Sai, you are waiting for me? Or Sai, are you waiting for me? We have some clarification. Children, I am not able to hear you. You can unmute yourselves and speak. What, Lakshman?